were saying your stories didn't line up. Can you try to line it up more on camera right now?
What do you mean they didn't line up? I wasn't dealing with it. I wasn't having it.
I mean, Nick, can we get a 30 for 30?
I think the evidence is clear as day, though. Yeah, it's as clear as day.
All right, so I'm sitting in my office. This is on Thursday, the day before the eruption.
I walk out of my office to the Godfather screaming that Zachary has brought it to the attention of everyone. Someone has clogged the toilet.
Conspiracy?
What if we clogged the toilet and no one's taking ownership?
It was Mikey.
No.
Someone clogged our toilet. Someone clogged the toilet.
I'm walking next door to the breaking office. About 50 yards behind me, Mintz said something he shouldn't have said.
So, first and last name?
Zachary Mintz. That's the first and last name.
Yo, what up, Godfather? Like that. I'm minding my own business. I had things to do, I kept it moving. I turn around, Mintz has a plunger in his hand.
I went to go get the plunger.
I go, what's up, Mintz? Why you got a plunger in your hand? He's like, oh, someone clogged the toilet. I said, someone? Who did it? He's like, oh, I don't know who it is. I said, no one admitted to it? He said, no one's admitted to it. I said, oh, amazing. I make a full announcement to the room.
A normal day, everything was going great, and then all of a sudden, havoc struck.
Mintz comes out of the bathroom and is claiming that someone clogged the toilet. Just from there, all chaos broke out. The Godfather came back into the office and demanded to know who did it.
I said, who clogged the toilet?
Mintz said he didn't do it. Everybody was pointing fingers at each other and we had to get down to the bottom of it.
Everyone looked around. Nicky Sleeves immediately hands in the air, looking around, laughing.
Watch the plot twist here, dude. I'm gonna get fucked.
Mintz walking back with me, acting like it wasn't him, looking around, who was it? No one admits it.
The Godfather came back in and issued his ultimatum of there's gonna be a punishment for whoever the culprit was.
I said, okay, that's how this is gonna be, that's how this is gonna be. I'm gonna review the security footage, and when I find out who did it, there's gonna be consequences.
Me and my brother Wes were put on as lead investigators.
And we had checked cameras, kind of did like a baseline investigation, my brother and I, and we went deeper into the security camera footage.
We checked the cameras. What we found was pretty shocking. First thing, toilet clogged. There's initial suspects. Alec, Shu, Brett, all known cloggers. But then, checking the cameras, we found there's only two possibilities. Nicky Sleeves, Zachary Mintz.
I'm not sure who it is, right? There's multiple people involved, but I will say, I do know who clogged our toilet just the day before. His name is Zachary, but it's a different Zach.
Zachary Vowles, AKA Big Zach.
New kid Zach's first week on the job, clogs this toilet.
I'm sure you're referring to the previous PoopGate in one of our offices. I think it was my second day here.
When I see that, and then a day later another incident comes back that there's another clogged toilet, I think there's motive, right?
I did accidentally clog the toilet.
For him to then go and use that bathroom to poop, because he knows his reputation's tarnished in this office.
I mean, I've clogged several toilets in my day, but to do it twice within 2 weeks of working here would just be impressive.
And that's when one of the Cox brothers, I believe it was Jordan, alerted to me that Mintz was definitely the last person to leave the bathroom. So that's when I confronted Mintz. This is before it all happened off. I said, Mintz, off camera, I go, Mintz, if you want to admit to it, now would be a good time. We have the evidence you were the last person to leave the bathroom. Zach, being the guy that he is, denies it. That's when I felt it was right to take this story to the stream.
Once we realized that nobody was owning up to this, we said, you know what? We need to have interrogation on the live stream. So we brought them in, single file, one by one, and we interrogated them.
You did it or you didn't do it. You can admit it right here. That'd be very, very humble of you. Chat, you guys say who
everyone's
did it or
gonna
didn't do
vote.
it.
Everyone's
Sleeves,
gonna
come
vote.
in.
Everyone's gonna
Look
vote.
at the camera right in the eyes and tell me if you did it or didn't do
Sleeves,
it.
this is no joke.
Say to the stream.
I said to the stream,
I did not do it.
Mintz was the only one that came out with a weird answer.
His initial, plea to Twitch was,
Even if they think I am guilty, innocent until proven guilty, innocent.
I smelt a rat.
All he had to say was, no, that wasn't me.
never heard an innocent person say that in my life. That's a guilty thing.
Nope.
He basically just stated what the laws of America are.
Not even a little bit.
He did nothing more, nothing less than just state, Mintz, that's a fact. In every American trial, you're innocent until proven guilty. You just said a fact. You could have just read a QB stat off.
He walked in and saw a clogged toilet. So now you guys are probably on the same page as me. You're initially thinking, well, as soon as you walk in, you see a clogged toilet, what's the first thing you do? You make a U-turn. You go out, you say, who the fuck clogged the toilet?
I flush twice, the toilet paper doesn't go down. I walk out, I say, time to get a plunger. You wanna know why? It's one of these guys clogged the toilet.
Why would you, as a grown man, leave a clogged toilet, walk 100 yards to another office, passing multiple people looking at you, go all the way back with a plunger on your shoulder in public to unclog someone else's shit?
Call him a nice guy, call him whatever you want. I don't think Mother Teresa would necessarily plunge the toilet for someone else. That's like a psychopathic level of nice. Like, you just don't do that.
It doesn't make sense. Number one, it doesn't make sense to do it in general. But when you add in the factor, he had to walk across this whole building in the public eye with a plunger. That's one of the most embarrassing things you can do, period.
BS and embarrassment.
Why would you ever do that for another man?
Because nobody plunges another man's shit.
This all stems from me being a nice guy. As soon as he said he was going to his backpack, we all just kind of probably shouldn't do that, and he went anyway. And it, bold move by him.
I don't use toilet paper.
Not toilet paper.
Mintz told everybody that he uses baby wipes, and that made him the suspect clear as day.
But I told them when I'm in this office, because of that scratchy ass toilet paper, I don't even use that toilet paper. I use baby wipes.
The baby wipes.
Zachary Mintz walked in with his baby wipes.
I had known about the baby wipes beforehand.
The baby wipes, I don't think were a good move on his part.
Why is Mintz bringing wet wipes to take a shit here every day?
I think it's an elite move, although that can be kind of annoying to be like, oh, I forgot to pack my baby wipes today.
I don't use baby wipes.
Didn't really help his case much.
That's a very weird thing. I understand we all have sensitive assholes, but just to imagine myself in that position every time I need to poop, to go into my bag, take wet wipes out, walk to the bathroom, use them, then put it back in. Does he take them out to the bar?
I would use baby wipes.
Not a very flushable product, and I think that's when everybody kind of turned on him.
Before the baby wipes, I would have admitted to murder before ever putting those on stream.
Does he take him to friends' house?
I mean, I would, 100%.
When he goes to the club, does he have wet wipes on him?
Sounds kind of nice almost.
If he's at the gym, does he have wet wipes in the locker?
But I've never used it in the past. Those could also not flush as well as toilet paper.
I mean, you could Alabama wet wipe it, which like you get toilet paper and you spit on it a few times. It's like it kind of mocks the same, I guess, feeling. I've done it once or twice.
At what age did the wet wipes start?
I personally have never seen him use it.
Was this a middle school thing?
Oh, I use baby wipes. I'm a fan of baby wipe.
Was this a high school thing?
Like that.
Was this, hey, Miss Johnson, I need 5 minutes, and oh, by the way, class, I'm gonna bring wet wipes in my pocket. I hope you don't see me walk on the way out?
I personally, at least for as long as I've been here, It's a pretty long time. I haven't seen anyone use them.
What if a girl saw him in high school doing that?
Everybody in the Twitch chat was saying that baby wipes clog toilets, and I agree.
What if he had a crush on Jennifer, and Jennifer sees the little wet wipe sticking out of Mint's pocket?
I mean, I don't like my butthole wet.
They do clog toilets because I actually use them at home, but I don't use them at the office.
Guess what? You ain't taking Jennifer to prom, Mintz. You ain't taking Jennifer, you're taking your wet wipes.
Like, front to back. If you do back to front. Also, you gotta stand up when you wipe. If you sit down and wipe, you're playing with fire. You could possibly get your hand in toilet water.
And speaking of prom, did you bring your wet wipes there too?
You don't just use a wet wipe and then go on with your day all wet down there. You use a wet wipe to do the thing, and then you use toilet paper to kind of dry it out. You know, you don't wash your clothes and then take them out and wear them.
There's a method to going about it. You got to go dry, wet, dry. If you just go wet, you're dead.
Majority of the time, those baby wipes will clog the toilet. So Mintz, you fucked up.
Back to this investigation, it was very, very serious. I'm a fan of baby wipes, so I had nothing against Mintz bringing his baby wipes. I actually said that's very sharp.
Mintz! He's coming willingly.
Yep.
He's coming willingly.
Mintz, do you have any last words?
Mintz, you did it. We know it.
I didn't do it. I flushed twice. There's toilet paper in there. You know what? I already looked at the comments. You guys have put me guilty. I'm not, but respect.
So wait,
Mintz.
what is your...
Mintz, you're guilty.
What is your alibi? Because why you said you walked in? Wait, time out.
You were in there for 2.5 minutes. Did you take a shit?
In,
No.
Okay,
why were you in there for
baby
2.5
wipes?
minutes?
He sat in there for 2.5 minutes, and his alibi said,
Toilet.
Whoa. So you went in there for 2.5 minutes. What did you do in there?
I looked at Twitter for a little bit. And
that he was on Twitter scrolling for 2.5
You
minutes.
sat in there on Twitter for 2.5 minutes just staring at it.
Staring at a clogged toilet.
So I walk in, I have my shit, I have like this. I walk in, you look down, you press flush twice, doesn't go down. You go and get the...
But it doesn't
But
take
that
2.5
wasn't-
minutes.
that's
You're
a
gonna
5-second
sit in a
thing,
shit-stained,
It's not a
smelly
5-second
bathroom
thing.
for 2.5 minutes just engulfing it in your nose.
Yeah, nobody
That's
sits in the
impossible.
marinated-
With the fumes and everything, as Graham would say, engulfing his nose.
Oh, I'm on Twitter. What person walks to the bathroom, sees a clogged toilet, and goes, let me stand here on Twitter for a minute, just scrolling around, and then after that minute's done, let me start my flushing process. There is no world in this America where a human adult male can walk into a clogged toilet bathroom and stand there for 2.5 minutes before leaving and saying it's clogged. I don't care if you're checking Twitter, I don't care what you're doing, it doesn't make sense. That backpedal was something I thought the chat missed a little, but I saw it clear as day.
He says he walked into there, saw a clogged toilet, so he decides to stand in poop aroma for 2.5 minutes and then walk out to get a plunger. You gotta be joking me. What really happened, what he doesn't want to tell you, is he walked in with his wet wipes. He dropped the duty. He wet wiped his butthole, his bumholio. He dropped them in there. They couldn't flush. He sat there for another 10 seconds. What do? I gotta go get the plunger, and that's what really happened.
I just can't help but feel bad. But
Yeah, enjoy packing those orders now. At the end of the stream, you're getting punished.
Yeah. I think when you look at...
and I thought I was gonna cry. I was laughing so hard.
And this is the moment where it went from, okay, this is funny, this is joking around, this is PoopGate, to, I think we're gonna lose an employee today.
Why is this guy still running? I'm not even doing that.
You guys like run after like you were not the trash can.
Because Mintz put on his backpack and walked out of the room.
And then that's when you heard me say,
This is crazy, Mikey! Mintz just fled the scene!
We're like, what just happened? Did he really just walk out? The guy's crazy.
He cracked under pressure and he walked out.
Holy shit, he's going.
he got in the car. I think he even put the car in drive.
And now I'm thinking in my head, I feel like I need to go save this situation. But then I'm also thinking, I need to find out the truth.
I wasn't dealing with it. I wasn't having it. There you go.
Mintz the shitter!
He immediately said, I'm done, walked out, went to his car.
He's fleeing the
I'm not getting punished for something I didn't fucking do.
Maul follows him out, which was amazing on Maul's part. You can't just let him go clean.
I'm not getting fucking punished for something I didn't do. I'm not getting punished for something I didn't do. That's actually really fucked.
Dude, calm down.
And now it's fucking, I got 1,000 people saying
the evidence is against you.
Now I have 1,000 people saying, oh, wet bum and shit.
Dude, come back in.
Brother.
Come back in.
Brother.
The evidence is against you.
Brother.
If you leave now, it's not gonna look good. An innocent man never flees.
It would have seemed more guilty if he just left, so I am glad he did come back. I told him an innocent man never leaves. I think that could be the only reason he stayed, to fake prove his innocence, actually.
So what made you turn back around?
My love for the backyard. I love each and every single one of you. This is so fucked.
If you want to plead your case, you have to stay in.
Like, I don't want. So, can you turn this off? Because
we don't shut the cameras off in the backyard. I mean, if you want the cameras to be shut, you're in the wrong profession.
Oh, we gotta keep going. You gotta keep going along.
Especially with this unfolding, you can't shut the cameras off. It would have been illegal to shut those cameras off.
last thing I want is fucking wet butt from 1,000 people when I go in there just trying to fucking like, I need to take a shit.
I understand.
I needed to take a shit.
I understand.
So then I clean it up, and then this happens, and then I go in and you look at the evidence, and I'm in there for another 10 minutes actually taking a shit.
Listen, all I'm saying right now is the evidence is against you. That's all we could operate on. Just come back in though, because an innocent man never runs.
This is such BS.
An innocent man never runs.
Also, either way, like,
thank you,
I'm not even here the whole day.
He's back. It's all right. He's back.
FedEx man, wait.
Trash.
Yo. You good?
FedEx man, wait.
We got him to stay, so I wasn't really surprised that he had that type of reaction.
And there, it started as a joke and turned into a very serious matter. That's why we sit here today.
With a knife out there, I don't want to be out there.
There's a lot of serious tension in the air.
This went from shitgate
to just next level tension.
I'm not gonna lie, Mintz, I love you. He was about to cry. Mintz was going through it. Mintz, he had enough of the PoopGate, the shit, being accused of this shit, and you know, you hear my famous line.
This is
Next level tension.
This is as shitty of a situation as it gets.
Okay, I know what needs to be done here.
Let's go survival style. Let's have everyone think on their own and come up with these votes. And from the first to last vote, and Maul, you were in there with me. It was kind of awkward watching Mitch get written down on every piece of paper. I mean, every person that walked in, you saw it in their eyes. They shook my hand. They just start with that M. Mintz. There it goes. One after another. After another. And this is them thinking on their own, no human interaction. I had them walk in, said, put your vote down. Thank you for your service.
So, did you vote?
I did vote. I don't know, I mean, for Shursky did the poopski, you know. That one, that was my vote. I say Phantom of the Poopra, Zachary Mintz.
I did vote. Did vote. And it was a unanimous decision, so I think that'll show where my vote went.
I voted for the person who I thought was guilty.
Mintz. I mean, the facts were against him. His behavior was against him. The team was against him. Unanimous for Mintz.
And that's it, boys.
It's unanimous.
That's where the votes were in the backyard.
It's unanimous. Majority rules.
I had no doubt from the second I saw Mintz turn that corner with the plunger in his hand. From that moment on, I knew Mintz clogged that toilet. This whole charade, the whole voting, the whole asking the chat to see who's innocent and who guilty, I knew the whole time it was Mintz. I just wanted everyone else to see in an organic fashion with the facts laid out there. What I will say to Zach is, honestly, respect. Because I know for a fact, Mintz, even to this documentary day, will not admit it's him.
This is the official movement for justice for Mintz.
And you gotta respect a man that could take a lie to the grave like that.
I want everybody to know that this man is innocent.
99.999% with a repeating 9 that Zachary Mintz was the shitter.
He does clog toilets, but he
will make sure that he tells people if he did it.
Is Mintz is guilty here. Mintz is guilty, and it's by a long shot. If it was up to me, he would be doing 6 to 12 months in prison, maximum security.
There's no shame in actually doing it. I think it's a beast move if you actually did it.
Mintz is never gonna admit it on this documentary.
Which is why I don't understand.
He's not gonna admit it next week. He's not gonna admit it next month. He's not gonna admit it next year.
Whoever actually clogged the toilet.
Mintz will go as far to convince himself that he did not do that, and he will take this moment to his grave, and for that, you gotta respect it.
Why?
Because that's just dedication to the craft. So for that I say, I respect you, Mintz, and that's why you're in the backyard.
Justice for Mintz.
Of course it was me. I clog that toilet twice a week. Looking back, I have no regrets, and I'll happily do it again.